Yo, this shit was cute. This shit was real cute. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've seen a shot that confident in my damn life.
That's cute, man.
Paul George makes a pretty effing good case, though.
It should have reset. No, I can't believe that.
Anyways, Lamelo definitely has a huge set of balls. But the truth is, this isn't freedom. This is immunity. Fucking privilege. Ball brother privilege. Yeah, this video is gonna be pretty legit. People are gonna be pissed, and we're gonna cap it off with some MVP talk, cause that shit has been ridiculous. So smash the like button, guys, and make sure to subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications. Let's get into this.
Old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
You would think this shot was more iconic than Jordan in '98. It's literally been everywhere, and like I said, real cute.
Cute, man.
The shot was amazing the first time. Then it becomes gimmicky, bro. And I don't know what pisses me off more. The clown coach who allowed this to happen and allows this to happen every fucking game, or the assholes at the YMCA who try to copy this shot. I don't care who you are. If you've played pickup basketball since Lamelo took this shot, I guarantee 1000% that some cunt tried pulling up from half court and pointed to the line while doing so. But that's not the point here. A shot like this gives Lamelo freedom, which is good, but too much freedom is not. Unless you're Kobe or LeBron or any superstar player, too much freedom can be a bad thing. Basically, this wasn't the only time Lamelo shot from half court. It might be the only time you saw it, cause that's how today's highlights only generation works, but he's attempted it a few more times. And remember how I said it becomes gimmicky and it's just awful coaching? Well, this guy agrees. That shit right there is more embarrassing to me than getting your ankles snapped off. Some of you may be wondering, oh my god, how did he do that? I thought Lamelo made that shot every time. Wrong, bitch.
I believe I can fly.
He was able to block him because that shit is predictable. The last thing on earth you want to do as an offensive player is become predictable. Unless you have some insane shot making ability where the defense can predict your moves but still can't stop it, you never want to be predictable. You know how Lamelo became predictable? By shooting shots from 30 feet every damn game. Let's look at that clip again though. Okay, now look at this from my angle. Analyze this with me from my point of view. Take away the ball brother narrative. Take away the hype. Take away all the background noise and just imagine a kid pulling up from half court, 20 seconds on the clock, and then getting the shot blocked. If that isn't the worst offensive possession you've ever seen, then I don't know what kind of basketball you're watching, man. And for reference, I see the same shit with Curry sometimes. The shots Curry takes are so bad that when he's not making them, it looks like some retarded kid just jacking up shots on the playground. Of course, he's earned those shots and he's the greatest shooter ever, but sometimes when you take away the big name and all the narratives and remove your favorite player's dick out of your ass, you realize, man, that wasn't a good shot. I'm a Lamelo Ball fan, but it's okay to critique your favorite players. I promise, it's okay. You'll be fine.
Old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
You know what works in high school but not in college? The cringeworthy Chino Hills offense. Notice how I said college and not the NBA? I should be banned for even mentioning Chino Hills offense and NBA in the same sentence. That shit wouldn't even fly in the D-League. Anyways, Lamelo's offensive fundamentals as of right now are all out of whack. No, I'm not saying he's a bad player. No, I'm not saying he's a bad scorer. But so far, I've seen style over substance and flash over fire. And if you don't watch the games, then don't try hating on me with your bullshit logic. If you watch the games, you realize about 80% of Lamelo's shots are three-pointers, and he has about 2 to 3 missed layups every game. These just aren't good fundamentals to work with. The coach is doing so much harm to Lamelo, and he doesn't even know it. But the best way I can explain this is through references. So look at this. Yes, guys, that isn't no shot in the first 5 minutes. That was his fucking attempt at winning the game in the last 20 seconds because of shitty coaching, a shitty offense, and horrible offensive fundamentals. And why does he wipe off his shoe when he's just gonna heave a fucking 30-footer with 2 guys in his face? It's pretty damn safe to say that was the worst last-minute possession I have ever seen. I've never seen a worse shot taken in the history of organized basketball. And it gets even worse. In this same game, Lamelo was 8 out of 33 from the floor. But can it get even worse than that? Yeah. 28 of those 33 shots were 3-pointers. And it gets even worse. Of those 28 3-pointers, he missed 20 of them. He literally missed 23 pointers in a single game, and people are gonna tell me I'm a Lamelo hater and I'm stupid. Bitch, that's not basketball. I can't even tell you what that is. Attempting 28 3-pointers in a game and missing 20 of them is literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. And it looks like even LeVar agrees with me.
Gillen can't coach. I thought he was on our team, so he started doing things his way. When he started doing things his way, that's when they start losing. I'm not going to be under the covers. My boys don't want to play for him. I thought he was with us.
LeVar expects Chino Hills to have a new coach next season.
This wouldn't even be in a situation if it wasn't for the ball boys. Nobody would be around him.
Here's the thing with LeVar. I'm not sure if he's saying this for the actual basketball reasons or just to have someone to blame other than his kids. In honesty, though, he's right on this one, but I don't know why he always seems to sound like a dick. Like, I can't tell.
I have my own opinion. I'm going to say whatever the heck I want. And can't nobody stop me.
There's been no stopping him or his mouth over the past few weeks. Says he'll keep talking even when Lonzo's in the NBA.
Listen, old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
Not gonna lie, it takes a lot of balls to run the Chino Hills offense. No, seriously, Chino Hills basically wins every game, and I should say before anything, Lamelo is incredible. I know people think I'm another hater, but he's great. So yeah, they're gonna win every game. It's pretty much every high school kid's dream to play this type of basketball. And high school basketball sometimes comes down to nothing but raw talent, and that's the case here. Just imagine if Chino Hills faces a team as talented as they are. But that won't happen. No one is as good as the Ball brothers, so they win every game. But that just adds to the problem. That's why the coach doesn't do or say shit. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, shit, you might want to fix it cause Lamelo is gonna get shat on in college if this playstyle continues. Seriously, if any of you play pickup in New York or LA and attempt 20 3-pointers in a game, you're going to go home with either bullet wounds or stab wounds. And if you miss 23s, you're going home with both. Literally none of this is basketball. Also, people love to look at the Chino Hills offense as the Warriors offense on steroids, but that's just fucking false. Here's a better way to say it. The Chino Hills offense is the Warriors offense, but on cheap cocaine. And that's not trying to be funny or anything. It's the best way I can make a comparison. The Warriors offense features Popovich-style play designs, ball movement, and well-drawn-up strategy. The Chino Hills offense is the most cancerous thing you'll ever see. If you put J.R. Smith, of all people, in the Chino Hills offense, even he'd be like, yo man, let's slow it down a little. J.R. Smith, of all people. Oh, and he'd also average like 69 points a game. It'd be insane. Anyways, if you think Chino Hills games are entertaining, you must be a trashy person with low expectation. Because look, imagine an NBA All-Star game, except replace LeBron, Kawhi, and Harden, etc., aka all the actual All-Stars, with a bunch of high school players. Just imagine that. Now you have the Chino Hills offense.
Listen, old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
This is what made Tim Duncan retire. Not even joking. He probably saw the state of basketball and how fucked it's becoming and just bounced. If you ever want to torture Tim Duncan, make him sit through Chino Hills' defensive possessions. Not only are they awful, they're non-existent. But yeah, we've talked about offense. Here's the thing. Lamelo could get it together on offense. I think he's going to be a beast under proper coaching and learning the right fundamentals to the game. Defense, on the other hand, not only his defense, but the entire team's defense is nightmares. Imagine All-Star Game defense, but even worse. Sometimes they don't even cross half court. And for example, the final score to one of Chino Hill's games was 146 to 123, and it didn't go to any overtimes. That's 269 combined points, and if any of you are wondering, no, that's not two high-powered offensive teams matching up. That's two teams who don't play an inch of fucking defense, just scoring uncontested layup after uncontested layup. That's exactly what that is. And I know, I'm not going to show clips of Lamelo getting crossed over and shit, cause that would be hater territory. And I'm not hating on him, but he has no defensive talent right now. The coach preaches no defense, the entire Chino Hills system is built on not playing defense, and it's ruining Lamelo's foundation as a complete basketball player. Sometimes you develop bad habits and you just can't shake them. That's why Sean Marion used this form for his entire career. That's why shitty free throw shooters just never get better. With this style of play, in college, Lamelo is going to see the court for a grand total of 10 minutes. With this level of defense, in the NBA, he's literally not going to leave the bench. Ever. It's time the coach realizes maybe it's not all about padding my win stats, and maybe I should run a fucking play or two.
It's like old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
LeBron and Kobe are the absolute best examples I can use here. They literally looked like NBA level veterans at the age of 17. LeBron knew how to orchestrate an NBA level offense at the age of 15. And Kobe had literally mastered the fadeaway before he even played a minute of NBA basketball. And I'm only using those two as an example because they went to the NBA straight from high school. Others like Porzingis, Wade, Duncan, Karl Anthony Towns, even them, they all grew up playing the right way. They grew up under great offenses and working on their game instead of shooting half-court shots in warm-ups. I'm not even fucking joking. Look at this. This was footage a fan took before a game and got picked up by Bleacher Report. The entire team was rebounding just so Lamelo could practice three-pointers from 30 feet away. And apparently that's how the entire team warmed up the whole time. No layup lines, no free throws, nothing. All cancer. And anyone who plays basketball, you know that high school is where you get your roots. High school is where you develop tendencies as a basketball player. So the fact that LaMelo Ball is still young and only 15 isn't a good excuse, because that's the whole problem. I've said it a million times already, he's gonna have to break a ton of bad habits that have already formed. Shot selection, effort, defense, basically his entire basketball foundation. But the biggest thing for me is sometimes when I watch them play, I can't even evaluate their talent properly. For example, in the NBA, we have tons of amazing players, but the special ones, the assassins, are the ones who show up on the big stages against amazing teams and amazing defenses. That's when they show what they're made of. But when I watch Chino Hills, the amount of wide open layups and horrible defenses and everything, it's just hard to even tell if anyone is actually good. Like, LiAngelo scores a shit ton of points every game, but so much of it is just garbage buckets. Just imagine this. I know this video is about LaMelo, but this will show you the difference in how LeBron was brought up as a basketball player compared to LiAngelo. LeBron entered the NBA at 18. LiAngelo is currently 18 right now. If you remember, LeBron literally dominated the league as soon as he entered. Now just imagine how badly LiAngelo would be shat on if he entered the NBA right now. In 2 games, he would be sent to the D League. It's not fair to compare anyone to LeBron, but it really shows the difference in their games at age 18 and why your basketball fundamentals along with skills are so important.
It's like old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
But anyways, we've talked about the important fundamentals. Let's talk about LaMelo's potential and who he will become in the future. Well, if this basketball continues and he doesn't work on some actual NBA level drills, then he won't see a minute of playing time in the association. But all bullshit aside, from what we've seen so far, the kid is definitely special. If he can start working on his game the right way and not chucking half-court shots and attempting 20 fucking threes in a game, I think he can literally be a 17-5-5 guy out of the gates in the NBA. Just as a prediction, say he enters the league at 20. He's already amazing. If he works on his game for about 5 more years, he might even have more overall potential than Lonzo Ball. I'm not too sure how good Lonzo was at 15, but I think LaMelo might legitimately be the best out of all three Ballsack brothers. Also, a lot of comparisons I hear to Lamelo are Steph Curry. It's an easy one to make, two light-skinned dudes who shoot from different countries, but I'm gonna say Damian Lillard. I wanna know what you guys think about that one. For some reason, I see Damian in Lamelo and think as a best case scenario, Lamelo could be a Damian Lillard type player. If that happens, it's a success, man. Plus, Lamelo seems to want to do everything Lillard does anyways, like with the crazy handles, deep threes, and that stone cold attitude. So yeah, I want to know what you guys think about the Lamelo and Lillard comparison. That's what I think is the most legit.
Listen to old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, chop up the soul Kanye, set on his goals Kanye.
I have no idea how I can say Westbrook doesn't deserve the MVP. I also have no idea how I can say Harden doesn't deserve the MVP. This is insane. And I have to keep it real. I think Kawhi and LeBron have distanced themselves in the race. So in this final month, it's about Westbrook and Harden. But I have no definite answer. I think as of right now, Westbrook is in the lead though. The game that he had the other night was the nuttiest thing I've ever seen. 57, 13, 11, clutch on another level. He had 28 fucking points in the fourth quarter and OT. That's absurd. So with Harden and Kawhi losing a few games as of late and not performing on Russell's level, I think recency bias is going to give Westbrook mad love from the voters. So don't be surprised if he is your MVP. But this is the message I want to get across. If you're a Houston fan, please appreciate what Russell is doing. And if you're an OKC fan, please appreciate what Harden is doing and what KD is doing. Psych! For real though, Kobe and LeBron fans used to hate each other all the time just because they were in battles for MVP almost every year. And it sucks. Like, just appreciate. Fuck. We're the real winners here. Who knows if we'll ever see a season this insane again. And let me know if you guys want to see a playoff hype video, because just wait till you see these guys in the postseason. We're all in for some legendary shit and we don't even know it. So once again, please appreciate greatness. It's good for your health. Like, imagine not enjoying what either of these guys are doing just because you're too salty with their fucking MVP campaign. So yeah, don't hate, appreciate.